like that very much.
Oh, that's 55.
55. Pump guy's going home. I'm out. Rewad, and there we go. All right, happy Wednesday. What is going on? Excited today. I'm excited because this is day 3 of testing out these sponge cylinder prototypes all the way from Putzmeister in Germany. They're not yet available on the retail market. These are prototypes. They'd sent us various sizes of said prototypes. We're going to test them out, give some feedback, and I think they're going to decide on a few different sizes, the most popular, most useful sizes for the concrete pumping application. Anyhow, what we're pouring here today, standard ready mix stuff going on here, right? In the hole, not empty but not too full, full but not too full, right? Get the idea? 5 MPA concrete. I don't even know, it's sand, and I'm assuming maybe it's pretty gummy. I'm going to say there's a bunch of VMAR in there to make it pumpable. We're pouring this 5 MPA concrete, and we're just pouring it around this this pipe here. They just use it as low density fill. And actually, I gotta rephrase that. It's 0.5 MPA concrete. I said 5 MPA because most of the density fill I've done over the years is 5 MPA. This stuff is actually 0.5, half an MPA. What that is in PSI, I don't know. Do your own conversions. I can't think that hard right now. Anyways, when we go to clean up here, this pump's a little bit unique because it's got the goofy high pressure back end on it. Right? I say goofy, I mean it's really helpful for high-rise pumping. It's a pain in the ass for about everything else. So there's no ball stopper on the back end. We do have a ball stopper we can use here. I don't want to stop the cylinder sponge in the middle of this reducer though, because I'll have a heck of a time retrieving it. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use the 7. I'm just trying to find out what the most usable common size is going to be, right? If we only have 1 or 2 sizes, what we decide on for the boom pump? I'm thinking the 6-inch, which I don't have with me today, but a 6-inch will be one of them. And what is the other one? I think it's going to be 7 or 7.5. We tried an 8-inch on Mike's pump and it cleaned it extremely well. But at the tight radius 90s, it wasn't super duper happy going back. It was a little bit of a tight fit. So I think today, I feel like we go with the 7.5 inch. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do gonna be a deck pipe tapper today. I'm gonna stand here and tap the pipe, and we will, once that sponge comes through, I'll take like 1 more stroke and we'll stop it, because this high pressure back end kit is quite prone to sucking the ball all the way into the S tube. It's kind of bad for that. So that's what we'll do. We'll finish pumping this out, this 0.5 half MPA concrete, and then we'll spin this boom back around, and we'll suck the sponge back. Right. But has anybody else out there ever pumped 0.5 MPA concrete? Like I said, I've done a bunch of 5 MPA. I've never done 0.5. And honestly, whatever they've done to this stuff, it actually pumps better than the 5 MPA. It's actually pumping really nice. Like I said, I think it's a bunch of VMAR. VMAR is basically like honey. It just keeps everything in suspension, keeps it from segregating. So I think it's got a bunch of VMAR in it, maybe some fly ash too, but my guess is a bunch of VMAR. Anyhow, next truck's here, back to work. We'll check in when we're gonna pull a sponge back. And yeah, I'm leaving that there because I have my back end covered in the Alliance anti-stick oil. And when the drivers rinse it off, or the pump operator rinses it off, well, your oil's gone, and when this happens again, now you're ski-rooed, and we don't want to be ski-rooed, right? Right. Anyhow, there we go. So here's kind of a little annoyance. Look at this. I'm gonna say only 3 common things that break on a pre-emissions era Mack MRU chassis. In the comments section, you tell me, what are the other 2? What are the other 2 common things on these pre-emissions, so like 2007 and earlier MRU Mack? What are the other 2 things that are common failure points? The flex pipe on the exhaust is 1. What are the other 2? You let me know. And I should say, we've tried about everything over the years. We've tried the stainless steel flex tubing, the galvanized. They all eventually rot out and break, and no one seems to last much longer than the other. Does anybody have a good permanent fix for that? Let me know, because I'd like to know. I could use the help. Pretty easy day for the pump guy. No hose man. Just run this back and forth in 2-foot lifts, get it up to the orange marks, call it a day. Easy peasy. Easy peasy when the stuff actually pumps. Okay, half MPA, 3 to 4% air. Here we go. Here we go. What is it? What's it gonna be? Half MPA, 3 to 4% air. What do we got? I think it's a 165.
What?
165.
Most and then the bottom.
Yes.
40.
You think 140? Driver says 140. What does he know? He only delivers it every day.
That's 140.
Is it 140?
Yeah, and then
You bugger. I've seen this before.
that's 160.
150.
It's 150.
Okay, so 150?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn,
We both lose. Anybody wondering what the purpose of this is with the half MPA diggable fill concrete? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like, diggable fill. If they ever in the future have to service this pipe or dig it out or whatever, they can remove this stuff, and it's self-consolidating going in. So that is the purpose. They want it to be stiff, but not so strong that it's a bear for them to deal with if they ever have to work around this pipe in the future. They can dig it out with standard machinery. Well, truck's empty, and whoever measured this absolutely nailed it. We're like spot on. So I'm just gonna go put my lid within a lid on the hopper, put on my lid within a lid, and then flip down my other lid. That's the lid outside of the lid, and we'll pump this down. I'm not gonna add a bunch of water to this. There's no cement in it, so I don't want to segregate it. So with this stuff, we're gonna go no water. I don't like this very much. That's less than ideal. Tend to that back of the yard. It's just begging to be caught up in the agitator and torn apart. We don't like that. Okay, lid within the lid is on. Other lid is down. We'll just wind this thing up, pump it out, spin the boom back around, and have some fun with sponges. I think today I'm actually going to pull the sponge back in the cradle. Normally not a fan of that, but the pipe's horizontal and I've got water in front of the sponge. The water runs across the lower half of the pipe and misses the top, and I find you end up with more puddling and buildup in the elbows. But because of this mix today, we're not actually going to suck back any water. I don't want to segregate this stuff, so sucking back in the cradle is going to work just fine, and it'll be a little more fun. We can kind of track the sponge as it goes back through the elbows when we're pulling it back. So I'll knock my tapers and whatnot off here, throw a sponge in, throw this thing in the cradle, and then we'll suck it back. All right, here we go, ready for sponges. Like I said, we're going to use the 7.5 inch version. I'm not going to put any water on this. Foam sponges, regular foam cubes like this, when they're brand new, like these guys, if they're not wet, air will pass through them. These sponges here are rubberized foam. So, I mean, this is a common debate. Do they need to be wet? Do they need to be soapy? I don't think they need to be either. I actually prefer to pull the first sponge back dry. Tends to wipe the pipe a little bit better and leave less slurry drippings behind. Today we're only going to pull one sponge. This stuff, being a half MPA, there's like no cement content in it anyhow, so this will be just fine. So I'll stuff this guy in here, like so. And that's a very tight fit. I like that though. That should clean everything real nice. I'll throw my reducer back on, drop this in the cradle, and we'll suck this back. No, I'm good. Maybe we'll pull it back a little bit first here, just so you can see it moving, just for display purposes. Just a couple strokes on the dial just to get it started here. All right, we'll stop that. Bring her back into the cradle now. Suck this thing back nice and slow, about a stroke every 5 to 7 seconds here. Twin wall, you'll never hear anything out of that. We're good. Beautiful. So if my calculations, and I use that term loosely, if my calculations are correct and we get to the washout spot, that sponge is probably sitting maybe partially inside of the S-tube. Like I said, I got the echo there, finished off the stroke, got it to probably about there, started another stroke, stopped it, so it should be right around here. We'll find out when we get to the washout pit if I'm good or lucky or both or neither. We shall see. The washout spot, Let's bust this back end open and see if my suspicion, my theory is correct. Show me the money, baby. Oh, look what we got in the tube. Here we go. This should be good. It's a boy! Yay! There it is. All right, so how's it look? Let's see. Sponge, intact, nice and clean. I mean, this stuff was only half MPA, so this is not really the litmus test by any means. And try this same method out with an actual regular concrete, like a 30 MPA plus. But not bad, right? For a dry run with the sponge. Get back here, you. Like I said, what I like about the rubberized foam, it's a lot easier and quicker to clean out than your standard open cell foam. And you want to know a trick for cleaning sponges? Here. Watch this. I stole this one from the custodial staff back in high school. Janitor methods here. Look at that. Like wringing out a mop. All right. Like that, she is ready for another day. Anyhow, that's the 7.5 inch diameter prototype cylinder sponge from Putzmeister. Like I said, we tried the 8 inch on Mike's pump. I thought it was a little bit tight, tended to hang up at the elbows. The 7.5 I think could be the one. I want to use them for a little bit, you know, a few more weeks here and see if with repeated usage, if they tend to swell up at all. If they do, then maybe the 7-inch is the one. But right now, I'm thinking the 7.5. And yeah, we'll keep you updated. Be trying these out. Like I said, they're currently prototypes are not available on the market yet. The idea is to come up with a couple sizes for the booms, and then probably 3 sizes for the line pumps. So right now for the boom pump, like I said, from what I can see preliminary, I'm thinking a 7.5 inch like this, and then a smaller 6-inch sponge, just so you got a couple options for various applications. And like I mentioned in my previous video there, it'll be last week, the beauty of the 7.5 inch sponge is with the harsh mix kit, which this pump doesn't have, but the Sani pumps and some Putzmeister rigs do, and some Schwings, they run 6-inch diameter pipeline all the way up about yay far on the deck. As this sponge comes back, it's large enough it'll expand out and it'll wipe that 6-inch pipeline clean as well. Whereas with a 5-inch ball, it won't. So I know water wash guys are just rolling their eyes, right? Sponge sucker problems. Yep, I know. Anyhow, that pretty cold out today, right? Near freezing. You want to stay warm? Canadian Concrete Pumper merch. I don't know why I touched my AJ's hat when I said that, but Canadian Concrete Pumper merch store. I'll put a link up somewhere around here for that. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one, and keep on doing that. Keep on pumping.